Alright everyone, hello and welcome back to yet another episode of the Free to Play Speedrun, where I try to go from a brand new account to Champions League as fast as I possibly can. So today is officially day 14 of the login calendar, so here we go. We claimed our Fenrir. So there is our boy in all of its glory. And I believe, okay, we have 30 minutes, so I'm actually gonna get the daily tasks done out of the way. Okay, we're getting spammed by offers yet again. So we can just skip through all these because we don't really care about this. God, there's actually such a large amount of offers. Okay. Oh, cheaper upgrades and the super chest fills up faster. What's our reward for today? Do we have anything? A common pad W. Okay, we'll take that. Oh, did not mean to do that. Anything from our spin? 65,000 silver. Okay. Let me just quickly do these. So bam, bam, 17 keys, okay, and last one, 67,000 silver, okay, so that's our spins. Let's go quickly go to the workshop next and claim our components here. So let's watch the ad. All right, watch the ad, and booyah, that should be our workshop leveled up yet again. So we're already at level 9, which is crazy progress, pretty good stuff. Okay, what do we have here? Nothing in particular. Okay, but as you guys can see, we now have 5 microchips in the daily task. So this is now more important than ever to make sure to get done every day. Okay, resource-wise, what is in here? We got 50 gold for free. Okay, I mean, not the most rewarding thing, but we'll take it. And then what's in here? Okay, nothing really important. Then our task is to participate in battles. All right. So let me just quickly watch these and then we'll come back. All right, we are done with our ads. So there we go, we're done. Remember to just make sure to do all those every day. And now, before we go, I'm gonna do one last thing, which is, of course, our daily login to the Thorium web shop. So we just go to gifts here, you go to Thorium, you literally can just click claim, booyah, and it takes literally 1 second. So make sure you do that every day. And yeah, just go back. All right, and apparently we got a leaderboard reward. Okay, we did get eliminated, which is unfortunate. Yeah, okay, so the leaderboard quad actually wasn't that bad. Oh, 2,500 Ochos. Okay, very interesting. We got 2,500 Ocho components. And yeah, over here it says we are 3rd place, which isn't bad. And all right. Well, in that case, can we upgrade? Okay, we can. I'm actually going to use some gold to skip through here because Ocho is a very powerful robot. So yeah, if you guys don't recall, last episode, we did unlock some modules and I told you to run the self-fix unit. That is still true. Make sure you run this because this is a lot more powerful than the repair amp is, at least in the early levels. So let's just head in and have some fun. All right, we have dropped in on, I think this is, I can't remember the name of this. Ground Zero, I think, right? Because of that center area. Well, either way, we now have the Ocho and an actual healing capability. So this will be interesting. The Ocho, okay, remember we have this little dash here that we can use to run. Okay, this guy might have gone for me, yep. So notice how we're taking damage, but we can just heal that all back up thanks to the help of our module. So you can see, I'm not using any healing module at all in terms of actual power cells. We are just automatically healing it thanks to the power of our little thing here. Okay, this guy's gonna go for us, so we can just convert all of this to dot. And we need to be very careful, actually. Oh my god. Because the Samjak turret has hit us pretty hard. And we are getting hard focused by somebody with the boom rockets, which is not good. So let's just back up here, convert all our damage back to dot, because I think people are still targeting us. You just kind of run around, try and play this safe. Okay. So you guys can see, we're still healing up pretty decently. Oh my god. Kind of annoying, honestly. These boom weapons. Okay. I'm just trying to knock him away. So, boom. We're doing some decent damage now to him. Okay. So, okay, somebody's targeting us. I'm actually going to use a heal module so that we can heal up. I think it's this, yeah, this guy who's targeting us really hard. It might be a Rex, I think. So we can just use our run here to try and fight him. Okay, we might be cooked here. I think that's a high level Rex. Okay, interesting. That might be a really high level Rex because he was taking like no damage. All right, either way, we can keep our distance here. Let's spawn a little bit farther back and drop in with our Leo because I do want to show you the Nania again. So this thing has 600 meter range. So let me just empty it so I can show you the firing pattern. So as you guys can see, the initial weapon shoots like a machine gun. And, oh my god, I'm not moving for some reason. Once you're done, you can actually, you guys can see it shoots like a railgun. So this weapon should hit, yep, it hits significantly hard, especially at higher levels. Okay, let's just get this guy out of the way. There we go. And we should be able to knock out this Samjok too once it comes out of phase shift. Yep, there we go, he's gone. And there's this guy here. Yeah, our Leo has now converted to more of a sniper build, which is nice. Because we actually have a brawling tank now, in a sense. Okay, let me just get our weapons reloaded because we are kind of low on the bullets. Okay, we're going to get blinded by this Nuo here. Let's try to get back to cover. Although there is this Samjok trait here, which isn't good. Yeah, we're doing some damage to him. I think we might be cooked, so let's just try and knock out this Nuo. Notice how, by the way, we weren't blinded, because the way it works is when you get blinded, you actually get some blind immunity. Okay, wow, we're fighting like some pretty strong players this game, holy. Swap over to our Strider, because this thing, as we know, is very powerful. Okay, this guy's flying around in a sword. He's getting charged up by our teammate, so let's try not to get locked by him. Okay, this guy's gonna go down thanks to our dashing. He's gone. This guy should be gone too. There we go. And we take down a sword just like that. Let's get back into cover here because we are kind of overexposed. So yeah, and then we can just hide. So this is the beauty of our Strider friend here. Okay, wait. I'm actually gonna lock him down so he can't fly, and then we should be able to just eliminate him. Booyah. There we go. Assist. So let's see what this guy is running. He is running the shell. Okay, we want to keep our distance. This guy can actually explode and do a ton of damage to us if we're not careful. So notice how we are incredibly tanky thanks to our Athos. We can actually fight and brawl this guy and still come out on top despite not having a healing module, which is pretty nice. And not only that, we can actually like run around like this and get some extra mobility, which gives us extra damage, and we can use that to increase our healing thanks to our Athos. Okay, I think we're fighting a Griffin. Okay, Teth managed to get the kill. That's perfectly fine. And let's go fight that Sharinga now, because we have our Ether. So the other thing you guys remember is we actually invested in our Ether quite a bit. So now this thing is an absolute monster at shredding through Titans. So he's turning around the corner, and holy crap, look at that. We barely shot him, and it's already 60,000 damage. Okay, this guy's in a Strix. He's gonna get cooked because he's not even looking at us. 100,000 damage. Yeah, like remember, we did not upgrade our Titan weapons at all. This is purely from the modules. How much damage we're getting here. Okay, this guy's gone. Wonderful. Let's actually go for the Nuo because he's a bigger threat. Nice. And then we can go for this guy. Wonderful. Okay, I think that's a behemoth. So let's just be careful here. He's running 4 of the, I think the Leilani weapons, the ones that we were running just a moment ago. Okay, we should be a little bit careful here because we don't want to overextend and fight multiple people without a team. So we can just hide here. Okay, somebody dropped a bedware. Interesting. That's going to be annoying. And wonderful. So this kid Titan's now going to get shredded because of our increased damage to Titans. So yeah, notice how we are literally shredding through him like he's made of paper. And he should be gone. Oh, almost gone at least. All right, you know what? I'll let my teammate finish him off. We did our job. Remember, sometimes you don't need to necessarily go for the kills. Sometimes just going for the assist is fine if you want to get a win. We are now officially turning the tides of battle, which is nice. Okay, there's the bedware. Okay, now that his shield is gone, we can just melt through him. So here we go. Let's fly up. He's taunting us, doesn't matter because we have our force field and he's dead. W. Okay, we're still taunted though because that's what bedware's gimmick is. And I think we can hit this guy a little before we go down. So nice stuff. We're at 22 nuclear amplifier stacks, which is crazy good. Oh my god. That Samjok is getting shredded, bro. Okay, he's healing up using his modules, which is annoying. Thinks I can't see him. There we go. That should help our teammate, Eiffel here, when he tries to kill our Eiffel friend. Okay, he's running away. I'm actually going to fly up so we can target this Samjok. Never mind. Let's ignore him. He's not a big threat to us at the moment. Let's go for this guy. Shred him. Don't know what he's running, but it's just gone. And then let's just position to a good spot here so we can try and attack these guys. Dang, that duck just got absolutely demolished by that Samjok turret. Yeah, Samjok turret. Okay, this one's a decently high level, I think. So let me just try and bait it because he's 100% waiting for his ability to recharge. So the way you want to kill a Samjok is you want to corner it and pinch it from multiple angles, because then it's forced to pick and choose one angle. Okay, this kid has a death wish. All right, goodbye, buddy. Oh, that wasn't even a kid. I don't know what that was. This guy's a death wish. Bye. Let's actually move towards our team because I don't want to fight a Samjok alone. Okay, this guy's running a kid. Goodbye. Okay, Samjok dropping a turret. Not a new thing. Okay, and he should be cooked. Oh my god, look at the turret auto-aiming around the corner. Do you guys see this? It's so cringe. Oh, there he goes. Bye-bye. So yeah, that's how you counter a Samjok. And then we can fly up, and this guy's just cooked. Because what are you going to do? Oh, there's the kid. So I'm actually going to still fight him, because look at the DPS output we have. Goodbye. As you can see, modules make an insane difference. So this is why I said, by the way, leveling your weapons is way more important than leveling your titans. The power that your titans get once you level up your modules and your weapons is so strong that it's way more valuable to actually just invest in the weapons first. And this is like solid proof of it. You can see even with level 3 Titan weapons, sorry, not level even 3, we're using level 1 Titan weapons. Oh my god, this guy actually knows the Eiffel dash tech. He's definitely somebody who's experienced playing on an alt account or something. Because this guy just flew up and yep, there you go, super dash yet again. So I'm just trying to catch some distance here so we can help pinch with our with our Eiffel. This guy should be cooked, because he's now going to try and hide from our friend, but our Eiffel is just going to fly up and shoot over him. So W, we have managed to make an insane comeback. You guys saw these guys were running meta stuff, and we just completely turned it around through smart team play. Very, very cool. So yeah, just make sure, invest in your Titan, okay? Wait to get a good Titan, invest in your Titan, because it does make a huge difference how powerful your modules are. Look, 3.4 million damage. And we got 20 trophies from that. And just a comparison, these guys' hangers were not like weak. Like, look at this guy's hanger. He has got a Mauler, a Strix Mark II, Nuo Samjok Ducks. Like, we are completely shredding. We are tearing through this guy's hanger. That is how powerful a Titan can get if you invest in it properly. Which is why I was saying, wait to get a Titan and then invest in those modules. That is why I was saving up all our resources. Obviously, you guys won't be as lucky as me, and you probably won't have an ether right away, but that just goes to show, regardless of what Titan you get, just wait for your super chests. You will get a Titan eventually. Like, the chances are low, but the odds are after a couple months, you will get a Titan, and then once you invest in it, you will completely hard carry your games because of how powerful it is. Same for this guy. He doesn't actually have any modules. So this guy just has an Eiffel with these weapons. So imagine how powerful this guy's Eiffel would have been if he had modules, right? And then of course he had a Teth. But that just goes to show, this guy has like fully meta stuff. This guy probably is pay to win. a little. Yeah, judging from the fact that he's got like a full set of Titan weapons. But yeah, like we are literally doing double his damage just because we have modules and he doesn't. And remember, our robots were getting cooked too. Like that is why like smart positioning and proper play of your hangar is very, very important. So yeah, I think that means we did get a task done. Okay, interesting, nice. And also, I forgot to claim our daily rewards. So 50 gold, and I believe we have a common pad to open too. So that's nice. Let's see what we get. Moment of truth. Oh, it's gold. Okay, wait, pause. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. We just got a Leo. And it wasn't even a guaranteed reward prize. Guys, this is what I mean. Wait, what is the odds of winning a complete Leo from common pad? Wait, let me go back to the common pad. What are the odds of that happening? Okay, so if you guys don't know, the way you check your odds are, don't check this because this is crappy. Click on this question mark right here and you can see your chances. Okay, so the odds of us getting a Leo is 0.28%, okay? To give you an idea of how rare that is rarer than us winning the Ether. And we just won the Leo without it being a guaranteed prize. Wow, that's actually crazy. Okay, well, yeah, this just goes to show we have an absolute shortage when it comes to medium weapons. All right, Doc, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to leave. Make way for our Leo. Here's something you have to note about the Leo though. The Leo is incredibly weak until you get the pilot. This pilot is so broken, as you guys can see here. It gains basically complete immunity to gray damage, and it heals both you and your teammate nonstop. And for those of you guys who know what the Leo does, basically, it creates a link. You guys saw what the Nuo does. The Leo does a similar thing, but Nuo gives a damage bonus. The Leo, as you guys can see here, gives a defense bonus. So at Mark 1, actually, the Leo is incredibly weak. You want the Leo to at least be Mark 2 to actually gain a benefit. Because what happens at Mark 2 is, as you guys can see here, you gain bonus defense and bonus counter suppression. So getting Leo to Mark 2 is a top priority. So we're probably going to be investing in this guy. Because Acho, while it's a great tank, Acho isn't as powerful as a Leo is. So we are going to be heavily investing into our Leo. The only issue is we don't actually have a good weapon to put on it. Besides, drumroll please, our arm. So Cossack, I'm sorry, you're going to be delegated back to here. I'm going to keep the Cossack in our main hangar. So we're gonna have to put Leo in our second slot because remember, I did say we will hit champs with Cossack in our main hangar. That's gonna be a little bit of a funny thing. And I guess to complement the arm, we could slap on something else, but I mean, realistically speaking, the best build that you can run on the Leo is actually 3 of these old arm weapons. The only exception is people in like high Champions League will actually run 3 of the ultimate Tarons on this thing. But yeah, for now, let's just not do that. And remember, this thing is going to be incredibly, incredibly, incredibly weak until we get both the pilot and get it to Mark 2. So for now, it'll just be our backup tank. Acho at the moment is much more powerful than it is, okay? If you're curious what the modules are on this thing, it's also the same as the Ochikachi. It also has the same exact modules. So I'm actually going to invest into our Acho first, since it is almost at the last stand. So we just need 100 more modules and we get the last stand. And then once we get this, then we can go back and invest in the Leo. But yeah, that's a very W haul. We're sitting at 383 keys, which is pretty good. And I believe we got a daily test done, so we take that. Anyways, yeah, remember, here's proof all the weapons are level 1. I literally have not upgraded anything that increases our damage besides, you know, maybe upgrading the Titan a little bit and just unlocking these modules alone. Okay. Remember how many modules it took? It was very expensive, but this module alone increases our damage by 18%. This one increases our damage by 1% constantly every time we do a certain amount of damage. I forget what it was. It's like, I can't remember. I'll have to check it later, but and then of course we have the cannonball reactor, which makes us do extra damage to Titans. On the other hand, you also have this, which is when your robot like hits a certain durability threshold, you get bonus damage. I actually prefer cannonball reactor to that because let's be honest, your Titan should be focusing on killing Titans. and you don't want your Titan to drop too low in terms of health. But yeah, that is our Ether. And remember, it gets even more powerful with pilot skills. Regardless, we are now dropping onto Moon. I'm actually going to start with our Leo though to showcase what the Leo is like. Just for you guys who are curious. Basically, you can look at a teammate who's within 400 meters and fly up, and you guys can see we both get a red aura. So the way this works is both your teammate and you will get a stacking defense bonus. As you guys can see on the left side of the screen, we are currently at 9 stacks of defense. That is because our friend Dagon here has actually taken some damage. I believe it is like every 20,000 damage you take, or 12,000 damage you take, I think, you get your defense up. So here, wait, let's just try and target this guy. Okay, he's got a raptor. Interesting. We are missing all of our shots. And also, if you're curious as to how much distance the link has, it has exactly 500 meter range. So as you guys can see, our teammate walked out of our range, so we no longer have a link. When you're playing Leo, you want to drop and relink to someone else when you can. So we have a Ocho here, and you guys know this thing is a absolute beast of a tank. So let's fly up and link to him. That should give him a little bit of extra defense. So let's just try and help him out. Okay, doing some decent damage. So yeah. All right. Thankfully, this guy's not really looking at us, which is really nice because we can just now kill him with our arm weapons. Yep, there we go. He's gone. Lovely. And yeah, notice how we're not healing anything because we don't have the pilot. This is why having the pilot is so crucial for the for the Leo and Nuo. And notice how right now our Ocho is so tanky. He's actually getting a little bit overconfident, but yeah, please try not to die instantly. I would appreciate that. Okay, the Scorpion though is going down really fast. Yeah, notice how that Ocho should have been dead a long time ago. Because we were boosting him with the Leo link, he is completely safe. This is one of the best free-to-play robots in the game alongside the Nuo. Honestly, it's based off of personal preference. I personally prefer Nuo over the Leo, but Leo, now that we have Leo, I can't complain. Like, look at how much support our Ocho is getting. If we had the pilot, this Ocho would be at full health. Just think about that. That's how broken this thing is. And it's still alive. I'm pretty sure that was a Teth that we just fought, no? Oh no, a Leo. But yeah, this guy's still alive. Just keep... Okay, now he's gone. Think about how long it took for him to go down. This is a level 1 Leo, guys. That's how crazy this is. Okay, it seems our Fafnir here is pretty tanky, so I'm actually going to link to him next. So let me just look at him and link. So now we suppressed this Seraph. So now we can just go for him, and he is a goner. Lovely. Yeah, the Leo, as you can tell, is a very powerful support bot, and as such, you should be playing it in a support playstyle. And also, because we're running the arm weapons, we can actually tear through tanks like crazy, as you guys can see. Although I do believe our teammate is kind of hard carrying with those over-leveled hazards. But yeah. The other thing that I do want to... Oh, we're dead. Never mind. I'll show you next game. But you can actually decrease your height when you're flying with the Leo, which is really nice. See, let's drop in with our Ocho. This might be a dumb idea, but I think we should be able to still carry here. Okay. He's going to try and jump on us, I think. So let's just do some damage to him. And try and get him to, run on us. So we can just stay here and absolutely decimate the living crap out of this guy now that we jumped on him. And then we can go for this guy next. This guy's got a Condor. I don't know how much we're actually going to be able to kill him or not. Okay. One of our teammates got him. This guy's got an Eiffel. Oh, we're so cooked. Yeah, we're delaying the damage, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if we can take sustained fire from a Titan. But we will be dropping our Ether here just to show you how quickly we can melt this guy. So he's getting overconfident. Look at that. Boom, he's gone. Less than a second. That is how powerful the Molders are. Oh my god, and the Strix is just gone too. 125,000 damage without even trying. and we can shoot over cover because of just how much height the ether gets in its flight. And we just got 2 kills in the span of 1 ability. I'm actually going to use a charge here so that we can move a little bit faster. And we can just get closer. So that just goes to show, by the way, you should not get overconfident even with pay to win stuff. There is, like I said, in Champions League and higher, people will like actually use skill to counteract your pay to win stuff. So you have to be very, very careful. This guy, okay, let's try and look for a guy who can actually go for. Maybe this guy, question mark? Okay, it's kind of scuffed. Okay, we don't really have a good angle, so let's just fall down. Okay, somebody's sniping us. That's the Ouchin. Hey, look, we actually have somebody who's using the Ouchin pilot. W. That's the first time I think I've seen it, besides us. Unfortunately, he did not fly smart, so he's now in the open and he's just getting shredded. But yeah, that's the first time I think I've ever seen an Ouchin use the pilot besides us. So W. Very, very good play by you. Okay, this guy's an Ophian. He's going to fall down. So we time our ability in tandem with that. And now he's just cooked. Oh yeah, you're gone. Bye-bye. Now you're gone too. Bye-bye. Oh, never mind. Oh, we did get him though in the end. This guy's gone too. What do you think you can do? Hide from us? Okay, this Samjock's also going to be gone. And then this Skyros does not even know we exist, so he's just going to be gone too. Bye-bye. Yeah, our ether is like just from us positioning smartly and the enemies not focusing us, we are like tearing through these guys. Even better, watch this. Now we fly up on the kid who doesn't know that we have modules, and look at the raw damage. Holy crap. So we can just heal up, fall back. Booyah, bye-bye. Full Titan Slayer. We didn't even use half our clip, by the way, just to give you an idea of how much damage we can do. Okay, this Dagon wants nothing to do with us because we're so powerful. Okay, let's go for the kid next. So let's lock this guy down. Yeah, he does not have modules, so we can just tear through him at a much greater speed than he's doing to us. We can fly up here. Okay, I don't know how we got that kill, but we take that. This guy's gone. Doesn't matter if he locked us down or anything. We are just superior in firepower. Okay, this guy is using something, I don't know what. So we can just hide. This guy's got an Arthur, doesn't matter. Let's fall down here properly. And just absolutely tear through that shield. So you guys can see our nuke amp is going up at a ridiculous rate. And we just literally destroyed him in one go. He actually self-destructed because he realized he was going to go down in such a ridiculous speed. And let's actually fly up here. Try and get a bit of a height advantage. Okay, there you go. Samjock's trying to hide. Unfortunately for him, he's not going to be able to do anything. Okay, wait, there's actually a nether here that we can just melt through. Okay. Goodbye, sir. Fortunately for you, you cannot hide. Okay, I'm actually going to keep our distance here in case the enemy spawns in something right in front of us. Okay. Oh, it's serious. Perfect. This thing is a bag of free silver. So yeah, we are literally just going to melt through it. So the reason why I said Sirius is pretty trash is because, as you guys can see here, when you invest in your modules, the Sirius goes down way too quickly for its own good. So I'm not saying Sirius is a bad Titan per se, but yeah, you could. Oh my god, there's another one here. I think we might be dead here now because we don't have our abilities, but yeah, like we are literally. Okay, we dropped right in front of a Sirius and we still dropped him down to like more than half health. That is the firepower that the ether has. And the Sirius is dead. That just goes to show my point. Our ether kills like 3 Titans, the Sirius can barely kill 1. So it's a very, very iffy Titan in my opinion, and I think it needs a buff. Okay, this guy's using Kaji. Let's get close to this guy. So he's dropping mines. So where did you go, sir? You're invisible. There you are. Okay, so we can just go for this guy and hopefully kill him. There you go. Bye-bye. If you guys don't know what the Kaji does, basically it throws mines down on the floor, and as you guys can see, it deals death mark every time we get hit by it. So it's basically just a giant nuke that you can plant down in a single spot. That's why I was trying to dash into him as fast as I could, because the mines do take like a second or two to arm. So yeah, we managed to close the distance and finish him off and secure the win. How much damage? Oh my god, we're actually almost doing 4 million damage now. That is absolutely insane. We are gaining massive progress in terms of trophies. And remember, these guys are not like low league players anymore. These guys are paid to win fully, as you guys can see here. So yeah, this just goes to show smart play, smart upgrade decisions is how you win this, how you get better at this game. Okay, why can't I not see anyone else's hanger now? Okay, there we go. It was lagging. So second place on the enemy team had this hanger. Sirius, Senja, Kaji. Okay. I mean, not... Okay, I mean, it's pretty obvious you spend some money to get this stuff, but honestly, just upgrade your gear. I don't know why you have everything at level 1. Samjok level 8 is great. Upgrade your Kaji. If you get this thing to Mark 2 and you play properly, Kaji can single-handedly get you like 5 million, 10 million damage a game if you play it properly. It literally one-shots Titans. That's how powerful it gets. So that's us. This guy has the Eiffel. This guy's the guy who had all the Mark II offers bought. So you can tell pretty hard that he's got a lot of stuff. So he spent some decent amounts of money here, I guess. But honestly, like I said, it's fine. I don't hate anybody who spends money on this game because at the end of the day, you're spending on yourself, which is for enjoyment. But yeah, I will say if you do spend on the game, make sure you know what you're going for, because currently, as you guys can see, these guys have strong hangers, but they don't have leveled items, right? And they don't have the proper play for these weapons and robots. And it's just what's costing them so much like damage. Like we are out damaging this guy. And remember, this guy's the guy who had the Eiffel, okay? He does not have any modules. And the reason why I can know that is because if you actually have modules on your Titan, you actually see these 3 things right here, right? And no one else that we've seen so far, I think, has that. So if we lower this guy, no modules. We look at this guy. I guarantee you no modules. No modules. Yeah. Titan modules are so important, guys. Get them when you can. That is why I was saving up so many modules, because Titan modules reign supreme. Your Titan becomes like literally 10 times stronger when you have modules on. I cannot stress enough how important it is to get that. So anyways, we got our pass rewards. So booyah, 2 more common pads. Wonderful. And yeah. And I guess we'll now just go and open up these common pads just to show you what we get from this. Oh wait, we got an event test done. Okay, we also got a robot pad. Take that. All right. Let's start with the robot pad because I'm not really going to be using anything we get from this anyways. Blue. Okay, expected. We got Strix. Okay. Honestly, a decent sniper bot, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Okay, some blue components. Let's see what we get. 1,000 Gingos. Okay, that's 1/10 of the way to yet another completion to our Strider. And what is here? Oh, purple. Okay, we'll take that. 2,500 gas. Okay, gas is kind of pointless, but honestly, now that I think about it, because we're in such a low league, I don't think gas is a bad weapon. It's like pretty crappy for a Champions League, but let's just go check. Okay, so this is the status of our stuff right now. Obviously, I think right now what we should be aiming for is, let me just go back to the common pad and show you. We are aiming for the pilots now. So I think, where are you? So there is a 2.57% chance to get the pilot, which is pretty high actually. If you open up enough common pads, you will get it. What do we get here? Okay, yet another task done. And then, yeah, so those are those tasks. Let's see what the last operation tasks are to get these 2 weapon pads. Just to win a game. Okay, we'll take that. All right, one last one, and then we'll call it a day. All right, we have dropped in on Moon. Okay. What should we start out with? I actually want to start out with the Ocho this time because we haven't really gotten a good game on this thing yet. Yeah. Also, like I said, upgrade priority for robots is so important. I'm going to be focusing on leveling the Leo to Mark II first because getting Leo to Mark II is going to give us such a big edge. So I'll be focusing on that. And then, of course, while we do that, we also got to just keep praying for the pilot because the pilot will make a huge difference. Okay, this guy's running a Bulgasari. Unfortunately for him, if he dashes into us, all we have to do, yep, there we go, he made a mistake, is activate our ability and go for him. And then this guy too, like we can just send him flying. And notice how we took no damage from that. This guy's cooked because he does not have the pilot. Okay. Oh, Sandjock turret. That's not good. Please don't hit us. Please don't hit us. Stop hitting us, please. Okay, I'm going to use my ability to get that guy out of here. This is not a good spot to be. We just killed someone with our ability? Okay. I don't even know who. I guess it was somebody underneath us, like underneath center. The Acho ability actually does do a solid amount of damage. So, yeah. Honestly, by the way, we might be able to beat, like, this Fury. Like, if we just charge at him, I think we actually have enough damage output to kill him in one go. The issue is I don't want to overextend. Okay, never mind. Our team is just sending it. Let's go for it. I don't know what he was using, but he just completely erased that guy from existence. Holy. Yeah, one of our teammates seems to have like a ridiculously OP shotgun of some sort. Because if you can two-shot a Fury, that is some insane damage. All right, that guy's running a Destrier. Honestly, this might actually be a great opportunity to chase him down. So the Acho is very strong for this reason. You can actually close a lot of distance. The only issue is our Acho is level like 2, so we don't have a lot of speed. So honestly, I might actually invest in this thing first. Okay, let's just laser this guy down. And we should be able to get a second ability off here. So let's just keep chasing him down. Okay, he's cooked. And bye-bye Destrier. Targeting is being wonky. Bye-bye. There you go, finally. Okay, this... Oh my god, wait, this Samjak has a Murex. Let's not go for that. Okay. Alright, we got an assist on him. Oh, he has the Havoc Mark II. That explains it. Okay, if you guys don't know, the Havocs are like sonic shotguns and they do a ridiculous amount of damage. We're seeing a lot of Samjaks, which is pretty good. That is like I said, the Samjak is a very strong free-to-play bot, but the issue is no one's like actually using it properly, which is hilarious. Also, this Leo is not using his Leo properly, as you guys can see. Okay, it doesn't matter if we're taking damage from the Samjak because we can just heal it all back up through our dot effect. So we just chill here. This guy's gonna try and hit us with his trebuchet. He missed. Lovely. So we can just keep baiting him over like this, make him take some damage. Okay, his turret lasts 6 seconds, so we can just wait and then charge at him like this, and we will be able to just finish him off. So yeah, there we go. He's now out of his ability, and we just one clip him just like that. Boom. Are you dead? There we go. All right. And now what we do is we back up because we don't want to overextend. So we can just use our ability to get that guy out of here. So losing a weapon was unfortunate here, but this is essentially how you play the Acho. It is a very powerful hit and run tank. And honestly, it's also how you're supposed to play the Rex, if you have the Rex. Because the Rex has a very similar ability to the Acho, it's just that you have a little bit more control as to what you do. This guy's running a Titan, so let's just do some damage and get the heck out of here. Okay, boom, and then we can actually hide. So in a sense, this works kind of like a dash robot. The Acho is slightly hard to pilot, but you can actually get a lot of fun stuff done with this thing. As you guys saw, this thing has an insane amount of knockback with its ability. So you can actually throw people off the map if you're on a bridge or something. And I'm pretty sure here, let me actually demonstrate just to show you how much pushing power this thing has. I'm pretty confident we can push a Titan. Okay, we just killed another guy off a bridge. I don't know how, but yeah, like, okay, we can't push a Titan. I guess I got a little bit overzealous there. but okay, I don't know how we keep getting these kills, but we got somebody underneath the bridge, which is really funny. That's actually so funny. All right, well, let's drop old reliable here. This kid is gonna just get absolutely cooked. He's not gonna know what hit him. So yeah, we're doing like what, 100,000 damage a second to these Titans. So this guy's just dead. This kid saw what happened to his teammate, so now he's trying to run. And unfortunately for him, it doesn't matter because I can just, fly over cover. I'm actually going to drop down so we can hide a little bit. Okay, wait, his weapons are reloading. Perfect. Okay, he's probably going to go down here now, I think. Wait, also, I just realized we never equipped the Fenrir. Yeah, okay, I'll have to go back and do that again. But, okay, there we go. There's a kill. I don't know why seeing that Scorpion reminded me of our Fenrir, but I just completely forgot that thing existed. So I'll have to go back after this battle and put it in the hangar. And then we can run it back next episode since we have plenty of battles that we have to get through to get the champs anyways. That was very weird. He's a Mercury, but he got unstealthed. Interesting. Also, fun fact, you can actually climb up that little ledge to get on top of the roof here. You don't need a jumping titan, believe it or not. All right, this guy is gonna get cooked. So I think we got the kill. Yep, there we go. And I'm actually gonna empty our weapons and land because I want our ability back faster. And I think it's game though, because they're not dropping anything else. So yeah, a very powerful build with the Acho. And that is why I keep saying that thing is worthy of Champions League. Obviously, right now, the Acho doesn't seem super duper strong. It's just like decently strong. But the Acho is one of those tanks where you can pilot it properly and just dominate. And as you guys can see here, we have gotten the most damage yet again. We did get placed into a bronze lobby. This guy is upgrading the modules. Congrats. Get your nuke amp, your nuclear amplifier, and your cannibal reactor to deal more damage to Titans is very, very important. Otherwise, very solid hanger. This guy looks to be actually fairly free to play. Besides maybe the Elox. Actually, maybe he bought some pads. Either way though, like very solid hanger. Oh yeah, never mind. Does he have a Mark II robot? Nope, I think he might just genuinely be a guy who's been playing for a while. Actually, level 25, never mind. You can't physically get this many items unless you just like played for like one game a day and you just watched ads every day. Maybe then you're free to play, but either way, pretty solid hanger. This guy, decent hanger, but again, you have to level up your stuff. Your Elox should probably be, I think that's the light weapon slot, right? Put your Elox on maybe your Mercury, because your Mercury is a brawler, right? The Samjaka is more of one of those like hit and run ambushers, so you should probably want to use the acid shotgun on that instead. Same case for here. You don't want to put Trebuchet on a Samjak unless you want to play sniper. But yeah, like here, what is it? Your Shent. I'm pretty sure your Shent is your heavy weapon. Just put it on your Samjak. You can literally go into phase shift, unleash your Egyptian balls on somebody that's not expecting you, and then go back into your ability and run away. And then this guy, of course, lacks the Alchin pilot, so get your Alchin pilot. I can't stress how important the pilot is for that thing. But yeah, otherwise, I think we did a pretty solid job. So let me go and do this before I forget. Okay, we're getting spammed with offers. Interesting. Let's go here. And yeah, getting the Leo completely made me forget that we actually got the Fenrir. So let's swap out the Butch because the Butch is kind of mediocre. And booyah, we have brought in Big Boy. And actually, on that note, I'm actually going to swap over the Lei Nani to him because the Lei Nani is a good DPS weapon. So we can swap you over to this. And that'll let the Fenrir brawl a bit. And then we're going to actually swap you back to a bit of a close range build. So let's swap you back to the Pinatas. I'm actually going to go buy some Pinatas myself. We have a lot of silver, as you guys can see. I think I actually have more silver than my main account right now because I haven't been playing on it lately. But yeah, Fenrir has a bunch of pilot options in case you're curious. This one is obviously just a damage over time pilot. So this one just increases damage for dot weapons. But you actually have 4 different pilot options. So this one is one that you cannot get normally. This is the ultimate Fenrir's pilot. And what it does is it makes it so that your defense is completely unmitigatable. So not even Titans can shred through you easily when you have this thing. So very powerful pilot. If you have it, run it on the Fenrir. It's absolutely broken. Typically what you'd want though is this. You get increased health in exchange for no Aegis. This thing basically just increases your defense points while your ability is active. This is Bernadette is much superior to Nicholas, and the Linda Cano basically increases the rate at which your energy shield recharges. Again, not useful at all. Bernadette is much, much superior. I'm actually not going to go for Bernadette yet though, because again, we are severely lacking in our weapon department. So we do not have anything we can really equip on the Fenrir as of now. But yeah, remember how I talked to you about the flamethrower weapons? Flamethrowers are a decent weapon to run on the Fenrir. You can also run any or DPS weapon, I guess. So Scourges are decent in lower leagues. Atomizer is okay. In the higher leagues for Fenrir, you would want to swap in for higher DPS weapons like the Mogwen. Also, the Mirix is really strong. And I've actually seen some players run a Nania Leinani Fenrir or a Arm Fenrir with some like other defensive weapon. Yeah, you have a lot of options for the Fenrir. This is a top tier bot, very powerful, arguably champs worthy. I would have said it is champs worthy, but because of how many tanks there are in the Champions League nowadays, I would actually put the Ochikachi as a stronger robot than the Fenrir, simply because Fenrir does not have mobility. If you get like ambushed by a robot, you can't run away. Whereas the Ocho, as you guys saw, has the ability to knock people away and run away. So very powerful robot. Somehow we got a second gift in the store. Something refresh or something? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, 30 keys, we'll take it. I guess the store refreshed while we were gone. And then, oh, add offers here too, actually. That's great. So let me just go do all that stuff and then come back. So, okay, I guess we'll end it off with this. Let me just quickly watch this. All right, so we're done with the ads. And yeah, so that is going to be the end of the video. I do want to touch upon one final thing though before we go. So wait, let me just quickly grab this reward and then I can talk to you about what it is. So, all right. We don't really need to care about the operation rewards anymore because once we get this done, we won't really have a need for that. But yeah, the last thing I want to talk to you about before we go is actually what actually brings you power spikes in the meta. So as you guys know probably by now, we have a very solid Hangar, and some of you guys might be curious as to where we stand in terms of progression. In my opinion, there are 10 different stages to getting a massive power up in your Hangar. I'm putting it on the screen right now. So first things first is getting a bot with heavy firepower. So if you guys remember, the first bot that we ever got with heavy firepower was actually this Leo, right? And this is going to be our first power spike because these like weapons do like what, 100,000 damage, which can instantly kill off like a Griffin. Like this Griffin has 100,000 health. So that is why I think the first power spike is getting an actually decent robot that can hold its own alongside like a decent weapon too. The second power spike is actually getting your first T3 or T4 robot. So T3 is purple, as you guys can see here. T4 is gold. And our first tier 3 robot was the Strider. And as you guys noticed, after we got this pilot, the Strider was a significant power up compared to the Leo, because as you saw, these weapons do a lot of damage, but combined with the Strider's damage boost, despite being small and only having like 80,000 health, this thing is an absolute menace and was tearing through everything, right? So very powerful. I think the third power spike comes with unlocking your Titan. So just hitting level 21, unlocking the Kid. The Titans are much more powerful than the robots, even when you have something as powerful as a Strider. So I think that getting your Titan is going to be your third overall power spike in the game. And of course, fourth is going into the chest here and actually getting something from your super chest. So anything you get from here, right, is going to give you a massive power spike. Let's say that we didn't get lucky, right? And we didn't get the ether. Even then, we would have had the Ochikachi, and the Ocho, as you guys know, is a very powerful robot. Like, we were holding our own. We could actually fight Titans with this thing if we put the arm on it, right? So this is a very powerful robot that you got from the super chest. So I think for most players, the average luck, getting your super chest is going to be your fourth power spike. Your fifth power spike is actually going to be getting a Mark II item. So for us, it was going to be the Ao Chin, but we shifted gears now that we have more powerful stuff. I might actually go for the Mark II Ocho before we even go for Leo, simply because I think that the Ocho is going to be more valuable to us as of right now, especially because we've invested in it a solid amount. We actually have the modules unlocked. I think the Ocho is a powerful investment. So I'm just going to get this thing to Mark II ASAP. And that is going to be our next power spike. I actually think that Titans aren't even on the list yet, because number 6 is actually getting a mothership. So as you guys know, we don't have motherships unlocked yet, because I don't know why we don't have it unlocked, but wait, let me just go to the component store. Yeah, we don't have any motherships unlocked for some reason. I don't know why they don't unlock, but you would normally get motherships. I think getting a strong and powerful mothership for the free-to-play player is actually going to be your sixth power spike. The reason being, I'm not going to be doing this, but you can actually go to clans here, right? And join a clan. Literally just join a clan. We actually have 900 thorium stocked up. The reason why this is important is because, as you guys see on the screen here, you can actually go into the shipyard and get ship components through the thorium shipyard. And this will get you a maxed out like Frederick, a maxed out Bifrost, Currently it's second, but in the past you could get a maxed out Avalon as well. Very powerful motherships, and you can get them level 60 completely free to play, right? And there's also, of course, the shipyards in general from the Hank drifting shipyard. So yeah, I think getting a mothership is actually easier than unlocking a Titan, which I put actually as 7th. So we've obviously gotten very lucky. And the reason why I actually put a meta Titan as 7th is because, as you guys saw, these modules make an insane power spike. We are literally like, the amount of damage we are doing to kids is ridiculous. We are melting kids in less than a second or two, which is normally stuff that you won't even see, because if you guys remember from previous episodes, it used to take us like 20 seconds to down a kid, right? So getting a very powerful Titan is going to be number 7. And I actually think that number 8 on the power spike list is getting a maxed out alpha weapon. So alpha weapons, if you guys don't know, have increased defense mitigation, and a maxed out Titan weapon for the alpha category will actually have 100% defense mitigation. And the reason why that's so important is because no matter how much defense your Titan has, like for instance, you guys see here, we get bonus defense points. I'm pretty sure the Ether can get up to like 200 or something like that. The reason why this is so absurd is because you can just completely bypass this. The Ether would just be taking all of the damage base without the defense points. And that's why maxed out Titan weapons are so important. You'll also see later, once we get our first meta item, that I'm going to be showing you what a level 25 Titan weapon can do. It will tear through. Like if you guys think that killing kids right now is easy, like we're killing these guys in less than 2 seconds, with a maxed out, I'm even going to show you an example. Let's use our Arbiters, for example. If we have a single level 25 Arbiter on our current Ether, we would be dishing out like 200 to 300,000 damage per like second. We would literally be melting Titans left and right. And the craziest part, this weapon doesn't even have a reload. So this is how broken level 25 Titan weapons can get. So that is why I think that is the 8th most powerful thing, because obviously getting a strong Titan weapon is going to be hard. So that's why I put that there. Number 9 is actually going to be getting everything in your hangar to Mark 2. So getting your weapons to Mark 2, make sure you get your favorite bot leveled up first. So we don't have strong weapons, but get it Mark 2. This guy, get everything Mark 2. Cossack Mark 2. Alchin Mark 2. Any robot you use, like here, Leo Mark 2, Fenrir Mark 2, everything here should be Mark 2 when you want to use it in game. Obviously, right now, we don't have that. And obviously, there is a nuance to this. You should prioritize which robot to Mark 2 first. Ideally, it is either your favorite robot. So, like for instance, I personally enjoy the Alchin the most out of all these guys, but I don't think the Alchin's the strongest. So if you enjoyed War Robots and played it for fun, then I would Mark 2 the Alchin first and then go for a metabot. Currently, I think the Acho has the most potential for outplays and stuff, so I will be leveling the Acho first. And then probably I'll level the Leo, because these are our 2 tier 4 bots and they are very powerful. And after that, of course, number 10 on the list is getting your first ultra meta gear. So we actually have some of the ultra meta gear already because we've gotten lucky. Gangil, very ultra meta. And Leo, very ultra meta. And the arms are also actually very meta. And you can tell because if you go to the store, you can actually see that the weapons have the popular, bestseller, and tags on them, right? Anything with this tag on it are weapons that are meta, okay? So very powerful stuff. We actually have some of that gear already. So maybe this stuff is like a little bit lower on the list, but the reason why I put it high is because I'm talking about full setups, like a setup of 3 full arm weapons, or a setup of a full like Gangil like Kirin, right? I think that stuff is very, very important to get. And then of course, once you get everything to Mark 2, that is when you start investing everything slowly into Mark 3. And of course, only get stuff to Mark 3 that you know won't be nerfed hard in the future. And the way you can tell that is you can see if the weapon is being used a lot. The Athos is not used a lot in the meta nowadays, so getting Athos to Mark 3 would be a good investment. Acho, you don't see the Acho a lot nowadays because you see Rexes now. So Acho Mark 3, very good. Leo, it got buffed and might get nerfed in the future, but honestly, very powerful Mark 3 candidate because the Leo actually has bonuses at Mark 3 as well. So you guys can't see it here, but if we go to the shop and we go to the Leo, so let's just scroll down here, you can actually see that at Mark 3, Oh, maybe we can't see here. Okay, I'll just put it on the screen so you guys can see. At Mark 3, the Leo gets 5 suppression charges and 25 defense stacks, which is a whopping 2.5 times what we have right now because we only have 10, right? So Mark 3 Leo has those like huge benefits. So Mark 3, the bots that are like recently released, they all have a benefit that the older robots don't. So yeah, that is my overall tier list. I wanted to talk to you about this stuff because these are the power spikes. And for those of you guys who are curious as to our progress, we have currently finished 1, 2, 3, 4, and we haven't gotten to 5 and 6, but we already got 7. So we are currently, I would say 60% of the way there in terms of like actual like completion. But obviously leveling the stuff to Mark 2 takes the most time. So I think honestly, we might actually be able to hit champs in like less than 4 months if we play this if we do this properly. If we get like 60 trophies a day, it'll take like what? I can't do the math off the top of my head, but maybe like 60 to 90 days to get it all done. So yeah, I definitely think that champs is achievable in less than half a year. So keep following along if you don't believe me, but as you guys can probably tell by now, the progress we've made is insane. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff. And I almost forgot actually, but I'm actually going to go watch these because remember, this is incredibly, incredibly, incredibly important. So let me just quickly snap my fingers and we'll be done. Oh yeah, all the ads have been watched. Wow, the power of editing. You don't need to watch the ads. It's so good. Yeah, but just make sure you get these done. You don't need to play games constantly to get them done. Just watch the ads and boom. And I'm actually going to quickly watch an ad here so we can actually get your Acho like leveled faster. So boom, there we go. And let's upgrade our Acho one more time. The reason, by the way, why we're constantly leveling this is because the speed actually affects our charging speed. So this is incredibly important. 14 hours, not too bad. Yeah, there's discounts actually going. Honestly, do I want to use gold to speed up? You know, it's great. Let's just spend some gold to speed up because I think this might actually be worth it. So boom, 2 days, 18 hours. Is that worth the gold? 540 gold. Nah, we'll save the gold here. But level 5 Acho, obviously the upgrade timers are going to take a while, so either watch your ads or speed up with gold. I will give you guys the tip for this in a bit, but that'll be coming out in an upcoming guide video. So as you guys know, I am planning some series besides this free-to-play one. One of them is going to be related to guides, but I won't go too deep into that because I don't want to spoil you. But yeah, I think if we can get this 200% bonus again tomorrow, then we will be opening yet another one of these chests. And if we somehow manage to miraculously land on the Arbiter, I will show you the true potential that the Ether has. Because the best possible setup that you can run in the Ether as of right now is running the Arbiter, and the... I forgot what the other one is. I can't... the Equalizer, yeah. So Arbiter, Equalizer. That is the best possible build you can run on the Career Ether as of right now. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And sorry for the rambling, I guess, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of like what you should be expecting for your account. Especially because I know that a lot of you guys are following on your own speedrun accounts. So yeah, hopefully I've been able to enlighten you a little bit. And maybe this serves as inspiration to show you that you can get a lot of meta gear just from playing the game over time. We've been playing this account for exactly this many days now. So I think it's 2 weeks, but yeah, crazy progress for 2 weeks, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and this serves as inspiration that you can beat this game free to play. And I will be seeing you guys in the next episode. So drop a like and subscribe if you really enjoyed, and I will be seeing you later. Yo, signing off.